Okay, welcome back to another episode of Third and 23. I'm your host, Alex, here to bring you another NFL pick and prediction video. Going into week 8 of the NFL season, went 4-1 last week, so now we're 500. So now we got our sights set on 60%. That's always been my goal, 60% ATS accuracy. Got 5 games on tap for you in this video as well, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to kick things off with the Buffalo Bills visiting the Carolina Panthers. The Bills 7-point favorites in this game. Look at this game. The big story in this one, if you have not heard, Bryce Young is ruled doubtful. It means Andy Dalton is going to start this game. He's about to turn 38 years old. So you got 38-year-old Andy Dalton getting the start in this one. Maybe this is a loss to you. Maybe it's not. Depends on what you think about Bryce Young. I'm not a big Bryce Young guy. I don't think he can play. But still, this is a loss. You're going to a backup in Andy Dalton who hasn't got any first-team reps. And he's probably at the very end of his career. So that could be tough going against a Buffalo Bills pass rush. And really, he's not just going against the Bills pass rush, he's going against Josh Allen, right? You expect Josh Allen to hit big plays in this one, 7.8 yards per attempt in this one. EPA is 11th in the league. They got a great pass protecting O-line, 7th in the league right now. And the Carolina Panthers are dead last in pressure rate. And it's dead last by a gap, too. Dead last in pressure rate. So you got to expect Josh Allen's going to be able to sit back there, find players downfield, find guys on the outlet like James Cook on the outlet to make plays and put up some points in this one. You're going to ask Andy Dalton to be able to go blow for blow with Josh Allen. That's a tough task. On top of that, you're going to see some balance. I think you're going to have James Cook and Josh Allen obviously running the ball. First in the league right now is Buffalo in rushing this season. Flip side of that, they are 31st in the league against the run, and you got a duo in Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle for Carolina that's going to have to carry this offense. I think the Bills would be in a little trouble because of that. I think Carolina is going to be able to run the ball against Buffalo, but the entire dynamic of the game changes when you got the backup quarterback in, right? So now you're talking about stacking the box. So I don't know if that running game is going to get off like they are third in the league right now. So because of that, I like Buffalo laying the 7. I don't think Andy Dalton is going to go toe-to-toe, blow for blow with Josh Allen in this game. Moving on to the next pick, we're going with Chicago visiting Baltimore. The Ravens are a 2-point favorite in this game. 2-point favorite despite the fact that Lamar Jackson is still out. This kind of reminds me a few weeks ago in a game that I passed on that I should have done. The Ravens were a 1.5-point favorite against the Texans at home and got absolutely smashed. So Lamar's out. Now it's going to be no Cooper Rush. So they're going to go with Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley is one of these quarterbacks that I cannot stand watching play football personally. I think there's a hard ceiling on what you can do offensively when Tyler Huntley's on the field. He doesn't push the ball down the field. He's really not that accurate. He's got a little mobility to him, but he doesn't use it enough in my opinion. I don't expect Baltimore to be able to put up a lot of points in this one, despite the fact that they're healthy at a lot of the other positions, right? So you got that, and then you got Caleb Williams going against this Baltimore Ravens defense that has been awful defensively this season in terms of explosive pass plays. Baltimore's 30th in the league. I'm sure all you know that if you watch the NFL, you're seeing Baltimore get pieced up week in and week out. Caleb is top 10 in explosive pass plays this season, guys with DJ Moore and Roma Dunze and the like out there. And while Cole Kmet is out in this game, that just means more snaps for Colston Loveland. I think that's big for Chicago. I think Loveland is a much better player than Cole Kmet, so that's going to allow more opportunities to hit more shots down the field than this one for Caleb. So in terms of Caleb versus Tyler Huntley, you got to say it's favors the Bears a lot in this game with Caleb Williams out there. But you got Huntley going against his Bears defense. Bears defense stinks against the run and against the pass. But again, I think it's a hard ceiling on what you can do offensively with Tyler Huntley on the field. So I think all of a sudden you're going to see this Bears defense look a lot better than they have all season. And I just put this up there for you to know, Tyler Huntley started 5 games last year for the Dolphins with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. 6.2 yards per attempt. So that's what I mean. Hard ceiling on what you're going to get out of him. And just saying, oh, by the way, the Bears are number 1 in the league in turnover margin. The Ravens are 31st. Because of that, I got the Bears going into Chicago. I'm going to take the +2, but I'm also going to do money line on this one. I think the Bears going into Baltimore and win this game. All right, moving on to the next pick. We've got The Tennessee Titans visiting the Indianapolis Colts, two teams that you see a lot on this video for good reason. For one, the Titans are the worst team in the NFL, and there is no Calvin Ridley. They're usually a good team to bet against. You have Cam Ward, he ranks last in EPA, ranks last in completion percentage, ranks last in efficiency. He's just the worst. You can say, oh, he's a rookie. Okay, that's fine. But this season, right now, 2025 football season, in October 25th, Cam Ward is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Then you're going to go against the Colts with the guy who's probably the front runner for the MVP, Daniel Jones, 8.4 yards per attempt, 71% completion percentage, first in EPA, one of the top explosive pass play marks in the league. So you're talking about an MVP level quarterback versus a rookie quarterback who's playing like a rookie and really, really struggling, who also has no Calvin Ridley. So now it's going to be his backup wide receivers are going to have to step forward and make some noise and help him out in this game. On top of that, you got a Titans run defense that's 29th in the league going against the league's leading rusher in Jonathan Taylor. At some point, you got to say, man, the Colts are going to come back to earth, at least somewhat, right? But against the worst team in the league at home, I don't see it being this game. Go ahead and give me the Colts. I'm going to lay the 14.5. It's a big number. If you want to, take it to 13.5, feel free. I know that 14, winning by 14 scares me too, but still, I'm laying the 14.5 in this one. I can't see the Titans being able to score more than, say, 10 points in this game, so I like the Colts to put up at least a 30 spot and win this game going away. All right, moving on to the next pick. We've got the Green Bay Packers visiting the Steelers in the Aaron Rodgers Bowl. It'd be a lot better if this game was in Green Bay, but it is what it is. Question is, does he get his revenge? Is he going to get his revenge on Matt LaFleur? He wants it. But I would say, Matt LaFleur wants his revenge. Well, not wants revenge, but wants to beat Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love, I don't know where he's at with it, but, I'm sure he wants to win this game too, with a little more motivation than normal, right? So with Jordan Love, he's playing well this season. He doesn't get a lot of touchdowns, but he's playing well this season. But he surprisingly struggles when he's under pressure. 3.9 yards per attempt, 38% completion percentage. It's not good. That's really bad, actually. The Steelers don't have the greatest pass rush this season, but when they do get pressure, they do get home. They're 5th in the league in sack rate. So there could be some times in this game you might see Jordan Love flushed, get hit with sacks, and then some drives. So that could kill some possessions for the Green Bay Packers. For me, the big story in this game, though, even though it's going to be all about Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, that's the big story. The biggest determining factor in this game for me is the Packers defense is one of the best defenses in the NFL. And Aaron Rodgers, 6.1 average depth of target, right? He's 40, right? And he plays like it, right? Dink, 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 right? 25th in the league in explosive pass plays. They are not going down the field hitting big plays. And against what you could argue is the best defense in the NFL, second against the run, first in pass defense, yards per attempt. What is Aaron Rodgers really going to get off in this game, right? What is Jaylen Warren? Jaylen Warren did go for a $127 last week. Does that mean he's going to finally, turning things around and looking like a starting caliber running back in the NFL? My guess is no. I don't think he's going to do that this week. So I'm thinking you're talking about one-dimensional attack for the Steelers, because I think Jaylen Warren is going to be phased out. And then in that one dimension, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is really going to make any plays down the field. So I think Jordan Love is probably going to be sitting back chilling in this game for the most part as his defense leads the way. And because of that, I like the Packers laying 2.5. I don't like the 3. I'm not looking for a push in this one. I got the Packers laying the 2.5, though they might win by a little more than that. All right. And then moving on, that's Sunday Night Football, by the way. Moving on to the final game, Monday Night Football. We got the Washington Commanders visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs coming to this as an 11.5-point favorite. If you have not heard, Jaden Daniels once again is out. He's missed some time. He came back, and now he's out again. So now we see Marcus Mariota yet again. Mariota this season in 2 starts, 60% completion, 7.3 yards per attempt. It's okay, good for a backup quarterback, but as you know with Mariota, you got a hard ceiling on what you can actually get done. Keep in mind, Terry McLaurin is finally back. Debo is back, so he's going to have his weapons on the outside. He's going to have his running back. So the Commanders' offense is there except for Jaden Daniels. Commanders' offense ranks 2nd in the league running the football, but I think a lot of that is also with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is a big part of that. To me, you look at the flip side of this. You look at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is back to his usual. He kind of fell off a little bit last season. Well, he didn't fall off, but it wasn't vintage Patrick Mahomes last season. This season, he's getting back to it as his receivers gotten healthy. Third in the league in EPA, fourth in explosive pass plays. He's going against the worst pass defense in the league this season. The Commanders, that was an issue last year. It's still an issue this season. I think Patrick Mahomes can piece up this secondary all night long on Monday Night Football, and Mariota to try to keep pace with him going against a very strong Kansas City defense, both against the run and the pass. I don't think he's going to be able to keep pace. I think as Mahomes continues to move the ball down the field and get touchdowns, the running game is going to get phased out, and it's going to be all about Marcus Mariota, going toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes. I don't see that happening. I don't see him sling the rock like that in this game. So because of that, I like Kansas City laying the 11.5. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game, but Kansas City is going to have a lot more. And so that wraps it up. 5 games for you. Went 4-1 last week. Let's see if we can keep it going as I keep driving to 60%. If you would like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that, as you're going to continue to see more NFL and college football betting videos. Take care.